Good morning, Dan with Country Creek Builders. We are in Shakopee, Minnesota, and I'm really excited to show you this basement. This basement is a job that we just finished, and I think you're gonna really like what you see. So here we are standing in the family room of the basement. It's kind of an entertaining game room area. They got a ping pong table here. When I first met with the clients on this project, the first thing that they talked about was having an amazing theater room, and I think you're gonna really like seeing what we did for this job. The thing that I learned over the years of dealing with homeowners is that every homeowner has different wants and needs. This particular couple really wanted an amazing theater room, and so the design process really focused on that from the very beginning because that is what was important to the homeowners. So when the design phase started on this project, as I mentioned previously, the homeowners really wanted an amazing theater room. This area of the basement really is going to be a gaming area for the kids, and so that's why this TV is here. One of the bonuses that we did on this particular job is we had extra carpet from the theater room and we brought it up to a binder and we made a rug for the homeowners to match this area with the theater room flooring. It really ties the two areas together. So that is just a little extra perk that we did. I think it really ties the two rooms together so that when the kids are out here gaming, the parents can be watching a movie in the theater room and it can be a family hangout area. So here I am, I'm standing in the workout room. That is becoming a feature that a lot of homeowners are really requesting. People are, working from home, and therefore the workout room in the basement is a really important item for some people. You can see from the flooring in here that we put a rubber flooring in here. That's what we call it, a safety mat flooring. So when you're doing weights, you're not standing on concrete or a rigid surface for the flooring, so it's easier on your body, and so that's a really nice feature. We also put a TV in here so that while they're doing your treadmill, they can watch TV or they can use an app to monitor their workout routine. So this is a nice feature for people to consider when they're thinking about finishing their basement. The one nice thing about having a really detailed design during the beginning phases of working with Country Creek Builders is that the homeowners can actually start seeing some renderings and some dollhouse views of their basement. In this particular bathroom, the homeowners originally had a fiberglass shower designed into the project. After seeing the pictures and the renderings, they decided to upgrade to a tiled shower, and I think you'll really see that it turned out amazing. I think it's a really nice feature for a basement. The one thing you'll notice is that our cabinets match the doors. This is a rich tobacco stain. We match the doors so that they both look good together. Another nice feature on this is that we also painted the door jambs and casing a white color that matches the upstairs of the house. I think it's a really cool, rich looking feature on any basement project. So one feature that Country Creek Builders does on all of our bathroom jobs that we have a tiled shower is we have a shower curb with a solid surface top. That material matches the vanity top. It ties the two together, and then also we do a lot of recessed niches in our shower, and that bottom shelf in that shower is also that same solid material surface so that it ties everything together. That's a little feature that we started doing about 5 years ago and people really love it. The recessed shower is a 12 by 24 recessed shower, and we can either put it horizontal or vertical. It's just up to the homeowners. And we do a metal shelf about a third of the way down on the shelf when the shelf is vertical, and that way you can have your taller shampoo bottles on the bottom and the smaller items on the top, which is a really nice feature to keep your shower organized. So you'll notice that the railing and the plumbing fixtures are all the black matte finish. Whenever we have the plumbing fixtures selected, in this case black matte, so the faucet is a black matte finish, shower control valve and trim kit is black matte, then we take and make sure that the shower door set has the same metal so it all ties together. And then we also finish our tile with a metal trim piece that also matches the plumbing fixtures. So I'm standing at the bottom of the stairs. This door is for the under stair area. A lot of contractors will finish it with sheetrock, which is code in Minnesota, and that's exactly how they leave the understair storage area. Country Creek Builders, we kind of go above and beyond. We actually put the flooring in here to match the rest of this area, and we also trim it and paint it so that it's more of a refined finish space. Yes, it can still be used for storage. In this particular case, the homeowner has their audio equipment in here so that it's not in the theater room. So I'm standing outside the theater room now. We made sure that we designed a double entry door into this. We stained it with the rich tobacco and then the white casing to match the rest of the house. So let's take a look at this amazing theater room. So if you take a look at this theater room, there's a lot of extra features that we did when we designed and built this. We did art niches around the room, so we have 4 of those. We also put LED puck lights in them so that when the homeowners add their artwork to those niches, it'll really shine down on them. we also did raised theater platform with LED lighting around the perimeter just to give it that really cool ambiance for a theater feeling. We added sconce lights along the wall. So the purpose of this room is to really make the homeowners feel like they're at the movie theater without the extra cost of going to the movie theater. It also draws the family together so that when they're older children and want to hang out with mom and dad, they're in the theater room, which is a really nice draw to keep the family close as your kids get older. In this room, we did a recessed trade ceiling in the center. Part of this is to hide the ductwork in here, but when we do the design, we make sure that the soffits really look like it's planned. We also did a crown molding that is also stained with that rich tobacco, tying it to the doors and the rest of the trim in the basement. So the ceiling is painted black and the walls are painted very dark, and that's to give that movie theater feel when they're sitting in their raised platform theater seating and enjoying a movie. We also did a niche, recessed niche for the screen, which is a 102-inch projection screen, and we did lighting around it to really showcase that area. One of the nice features of this theater room is that the homeowners wanted to have a starred ceiling in it. So we installed that, and it looks really cool when the rest of the lights are off and you're enjoying a movie to have the star ceiling above you. So when we did the crown molding in the tray of this theater room, we also stained it rich tobacco, like I previously mentioned, but we also added rope lighting in it. So it really gives that trade ceiling a nice look, and it really makes the ceiling pop. When we did the lighting layout with the electrician and the homeowner, we wanted to make sure that the homeowner had the ability to just have on the wall sconce lights as a separate item, or just the lighting around the raised platform, or just the star skies. So we have a lot of different lighting controls in here, which is a really nice feature. It gives the homeowner a lot of flexibility on what lights they want on. So when you're watching a movie, it can be dark. When you're in here starting and setting up a movie, it doesn't have to be that dark. So when we do our designing and our planning for all our projects, we do a page that is dedicated just to electrical and light layout. We'll do layered lighting, so we have primary lights, and then we have secondary lighting, which is a really nice feature. So in this room, we have the 6 recessed LED lights in the ceiling, but in the hall, we also have 4-inch lights, which is a layered lighting. It gives the homeowner options to have just the 6-inch lights on, or the 4-inch lights on, or both. So the 3 biggest complaints homeowners have against contractors are the cost of the project was more than they were told, the time it took a lot longer than they were told, and that the finished product is not as quality as they were promised. So the reason the Country Creek Builders goes to such great lengths at the beginning of the project with a very detailed design and a very detailed estimate is to avoid those surprises. The design shows the homeowners exactly what their project is going to look like. The detailed estimate tells the homeowners exactly what that project's going to cost. And then the third part of it is the scheduling. A lot of contractors do not use a scheduling system. Country Creek Builders, we use an app that homeowners have access to so they know exactly who's coming and what day and what is happening on that day. A lot of contractors just kind of fly by the seat of their pants, and that's why those projects take 6 months to do. We did this basement in 12 weeks, start to finish. Homeowners knew exactly who was coming in and what was happening. They also know the important dates on the tile layout and the electrical walkthrough, so they could be here with the electrician and the tile installer to make sure that they knew exactly what was happening and they could give their input on how they wanted the finished product to look. So Country Creek Builders does the detailed design, detailed estimate, and the scheduling app that we use on all our projects. How we control the quality is that Country Creek Builders has employees do the work. We have full-time carpenters, full-time project managers, full-time painters, full-time tile installers. So they're not subcontractors coming in and out of your home. They're actually employees of Country Creek Builders. They know my quality standards, they know what I expect, and they live up to those standards, which will also meet your standards. So again, Dan with Country Creek Builders, when you're ready to start talking about your basement, remodeling your kitchen, master bathroom, any project in your home, give us a call, 952-484-9812, or go to our website, fill out our form, and we'll reach out to you to discuss your project.